There is a moment when life feels unfair. You feel behind, not smart enough, not strong enough, not talented enough. And maybe you start believing you were meant to lose. But there is a true story about a man who proved that a broken past does not define your future. His name is David Goggins. He was not born gifted. His childhood was filled with violence. He experienced racism. He was overweight. He failed. He was told he wasn't good enough. But one decision changed everything. He stopped being a victim. One day, he looked at himself in the mirror, and he didn't like what he saw. An undisciplined body, a weak mindset, a life without direction. And in that moment, he realized something powerful. No one was coming to save him. Not his parents, not his friends, not circumstances. If his life was going to change, he had to change. Most people wait for motivation. He chose discipline. And that's where mental toughness began. According to Goggins, the biggest limitation is not your body, it's your mind. Your brain is wired for comfort. When you're tired, it says stop. When you're afraid, it says don't try. When you fail, it says quit. But most of the time, that limit is an illusion. We don't stop because we are incapable. We stop because we are uncomfortable. Growth never lives in comfort. Goggins talks about something called the 40% rule. He says that when you feel like you're done, you're only at 40% of your true capacity. Think about that. When you believe you have nothing left, you still have 60% inside you. We quit too early, not because we can't continue, but because we're not used to pushing further. Your real potential begins where comfort ends. He went through brutal training, endured extreme physical pain, ran ultra marathons, pushed his body beyond what seemed human. Why didn't he stop? Because he stopped seeing pain as the enemy. He saw it as a teacher. Pain builds discipline. Failure builds humility. Exhaustion reveals hidden strength. Life is hard. Avoiding it won't make you stronger. Facing it will. Inside every human being, there is a voice. You're not good enough. You're not capable. You will fail. Goggins calls it the voice of weakness. That voice never disappears. The difference is simple. Do you obey it, or do you challenge it? Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward despite fear. One of his simplest practices is something called the accountability mirror. Stand in front of a mirror. Be honest. No excuses, no blaming, no pretending. If you're lazy, admit it. If you failed, own it. If you're undisciplined, accept it. Change begins with truth. The moment you stop blaming the world, you take control of your life. Maybe you're not an athlete. Maybe you're not a soldier. Maybe you're just someone who wants to become better. That's enough. You don't have to be extreme, but you can stop quitting at 40%. When life feels heavy, that is not the signal to stop. That is the signal you are growing. Your past does not define you. Your weakness today is not your identity forever. Push a little further. Wake up a little earlier. Study a little longer. Stay a little stronger. Because the strongest version of you is waiting on the other side of discomfort. And remember, you are not done yet.